Look at this. This is the figure that appeared to me 3 years ago when I called the name Ahura Mazda. That was the benevolent guy from the Zoroastrian philosophy in the ancient Persia. I called upon him for help when I saw a storm, a bad storm that was like the car was almost floating. The wind was so strong and the rain was going horizontal. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna destroy my house. Man, the trees cannot handle that kind of strong wind. Wow, only in hurricanes I've seen this. So I pulled the car over on the shoulder and kept the recorder going. I keep this camera on a tripod strapped to the seat on the passenger side in case I have an accident, I have a witness. So I kept recording and I got out of the car and I started yelling, Ahura Mazda, help us please. Stop the storm, you the benevolent God, protector of humanity. This thing appeared. He appeared in front of me. And I was like, whoa, the wind died immediately. The wind and the rain stopped completely. It's almost like time stopped. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, man, I couldn't believe it. So look how the light bulb become like liquid, and it's correct up here, but over here, look, it becomes part of the figure. It's like that figure is holding something in his hands, but it's not really a figure, it's a bunch of hands. Look, it looks like it's a person, it's enormous, man. Look at is that pole is about what, 30 feet tall, 20 feet tall? Or more, 30 feet tall. So imagine, that figure is as tall as that or taller. Because there's another part out here that it's like a weird, but when I saw, after I enlarged the image and brighten it and realize that it is a bunch of hands, it's not a figure per se, it's not a man, it's look, you can see that he's holding here, he's holding something in his hand. There's a hand holding something right here. Like he's holding the cylinder that contains the divine laws of the universe, something like that. That's the only thing I have found in the Sumerian translation. Talk about Enki holding the cylinder that contains the divine laws of the universe. So look at this. This is the hand of that. What is supposed to be the hand of this giant holding that cylinder thing. The cylinder, I've seen it, it's very elaborated on the top, and the bottom is like a J shape. It goes to the side, like the letter J. So look how the figure is. And it looks like a medieval, one of those metal mesh that they used in those days to stop swords and lance, spears and stuff from penetrating the armor. It's an armor mesh, but this look like that, but it's not. And you can see that this is not a figure, it's a hand. It doesn't have, it look like that. But it is not. Look. And then you see that it has, it's bunch of hands. That's all there is. And that texture, all these geometrical shapes, is the reality we are in. It's made out of that hands in every which way. When you see this figure is made with small hands, medium hands, large hands, huge hands, it becomes an enormous hand. Look, these are the fingernails. Two enormous freaking fingers. Look, like that. But there's more because it's three-dimensional. It's in front, behind. Look, there's another one right here. So this is a hand. Wow, man, it's so difficult. I can see the bottom part. It's an enormous hand like that. There's only one other thing that I have seen like that, and it's in the Tayo's cave. And it's this, look, this figure. Look, that's the deal from afar. Look, it's all made with hands, all of it. Now, look at this. This other figure in the Tayo's cave is made the same way. Look, it looks like persons with a mesh, a garment very elaborated around, but it's all fingers and fingernails, all made like that. Look at the top. See, it's translucent, and it has these faces, and look how big they are. Look at how big the face is. Look how big the eyes. But the eyes are really fingers and fingernails. It's all made the same way. I mean, it's a projection to show you how great, how this reality is made and who is controlling all of that. It's a representation of God, but really it's the hands of creation. That's what that is. This is really a holographic representation of God, or the Creator, and His hands of creation. But He showed you that He's like a man, because we are made through His image. See, look at this enormous hand. Look at that. Look, two enormous hands. But at the same time, it's a person, it's a dude. And that kind of duality can only be shown by God, and that's only the only thing that I know of that could do that trick. And you can find the same thing on the moon. Look how big this one is, that they all look tiny compared to that. Look at that. Check it out, how big that thing is. And see the garment, it's all made with hands. You can see it's all hands everywhere. On the garment and around it. Look at the geometry. See the geometry around it? It's exactly like the one in the image I recorded. Look how small they are compared to that thing. The face of God, I don't know, but see, look at the garment. They cover the temple. If you look at really the garment, you realize that this is a hand. This whole thing is made with that. Look. These are two enormous fingers. Look. But it's overlapped by others, other fingers. Look, this is a hand, enormous hands, and they go in every direction. Look, across from each other. I mean, they overlap. It becomes one gigantic hand. This is incredible, man. I mean, wow, look at that, it's a female. So it's showing them that God is everything. It's all of it and it's none of it. It's really the hands of creation. But we are made through His image. Look at the orbs. Look all those orbs, white orbs, blue, green, all kinds of color orbs. They didn't see any of that. None of them saw it. Only when they got the image downloaded, they saw it. Whoa! But some of them felt no good, and some of them felt really good at peace, and they felt comfortable. But some felt no good, and felt like unwelcome here. See, look at that. In a ghostly look like a gigantic entity looking down on them like, what the heck are you doing here, dude? But like I say, you can see the environment. Look, there's more orbs there. There's orbs right there, look. Whenever you see images with orbs, that means the celestial energy is there, something good. The presence of God is there big time. I mean, that means that you are something special about you, is why that thing is showing up. Never think about evil or negative about this. Orbs. Orbs are a sign of good. Look at that. See, the eyes are not really eyes. It's all made with hands and fingernails. That's the bright part. What the white of the eye is really fingernail. But the entire thing, the entire whole thing is made with hands. If you really study this image methodically, you see that these are all hands. Look at that. That looks like the thing that appeared to me. But see, these two things are two enormous fingernails right there. And that two is small, medium, large, and see where the mouth is? There is no mouth. There is just see, there is no mouth. It's just dissolved into, it's really a fingernail right there. Look, right there. So that is a finger like that. And these are fingers too, like that. So I mean that this is one enormous hand like that. And this is another hand, but it's all made with hands in every direction. Look, there's another fingernail, enormous like that. And they have some that go in the opposite direction, but matches perfectly with it. I mean, that's perfection. And only, like I say, only a God can do that kind of trick. And I've seen him on the moon too. Above the moon, look, side by side, the two deals. Look, the one that appeared to me and the one that appeared to them in the Tallos Cave.